ClickUp Demo for project management. Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you a quick demo of all the different features that are provided by ClickUp and how you can get started on the ClickUp interface for your project management. So let's get into it. First off, I'm not going to make this a general tutorial on how to set up your account on ClickUp. This is more of a step-by-step guide through all of the very useful features that I have found on ClickUp and how to use them. So let's get into our first feature, which is templates. Now, you can see over here, ClickUp provides you with a very vast variety or selection of templates, and they vary from IT to business to school. So depending on whatever category you're in, you can select a template to get started with on your project management on ClickUp. And you can see over here you have this use cases option, and you can select for what purpose you need this template for, and ClickUp is going to provide you only with those sort of templates. And you can get a quick start template as well that you can customize according to your own needs. Now, moving on to our second feature, which is views. Now, ClickUp is very functional in terms of views because it provides you with all of their views, almost all of their views, for free, and a lot of other project management softwares do not provide you with all of their views for free. They do limit the amount of views you can have. So over here you have a list view, then you can also see a board view like this, and you can move your tasks like so in the board view to make it easier for you to track your progress. You also have a docs view, so you can view any of your documents that you've written over here. You have a table view, and you can even automate some of these functions to move your items as well. You can even add more views, so you have lists, boards, calendar views, Gantt views, timeline, box, table. Mind map is the only view that is not available on the unpaid version of ClickUp. So you can see over here, this is what it's gonna look like. You can select from any kind of tasks or workflow environment. So if you want to make a mind map of a certain list, you can make that as well. And this is the only feature that's not going to be present on the free version. You also have a maps activity workload view that you can create. Now, moving on to our third most important feature is the due dates. Now, ClickUp is very intuitive in this section. Now, if I was to add a due date to this, I don't really need to type the date. I can just say I need to finish punctuation by 4 days. So if I write 4 days, it's automatically going to select the day that is 4 days ahead of today. If I was to write I need to finish punctuation in 8 weeks, it's automatically going to give me the date that is 8 weeks ahead. So this is something that really does help out in terms of setting your due dates, especially if you're someone that is working on a tight time crunch. So that's going to be a useful feature. And once you add your due date, it's going to be available to see every time you look at your task as well. Moving on to the fourth most important feature that I really personally love on ClickUp, which is the dark mode. Now, if you click on the bottom left over here, you can turn on dark mode like this, and you can even go into the settings and then turn on dark mode, but that's up to you. I just turn it on from here, and then you have a darker version of ClickUp, which is pretty useful if you're working at night, and a majority of people now do a lot of their work at night, so this is something to reduce the strain on your eyes as well. Now, the next feature that I'm going to be talking to you guys about is the space settings. So if you can see, I have different spaces over here, and if I want to change something within a certain space, I can do that by clicking on these three dots. If I just move my cursor onto any of these space names, I can click on these three dots, and I can customize anything I want from this space, like so. I can change the space name, the owner, the avatar, shared with. I can add more people. I can customize the task settings. I can also add or remove any of the ClickUp apps. So I can add more integrations if I want, and change my general default settings for my views and other things. So that is something that is pretty easy and efficient to do if you want to change something for a certain space only, because obviously maybe your general team project management is not going to require the similar space settings to maybe your student workplace as well. So that's going to be helpful. Next up, we have our sorting and favorites. Now, ClickUp provides you with a favoriting option. So you can favorite a task, and then it's going to show up in your favorites. Now to add any workspace or any task to your favorites, you're just gonna click on the three dots that are present over here at the end, and then you're going to click on add to favorites, and it's going to show up in your favorite section regardless of where this task is present or which workspace you are working on. It's going to appear in your favorites as well. And another feature you can do is you can pin your favorites to your top, so you can get all of your favorites from the top bar over here and have a separate toolbar to navigate between your favorite tasks or even your workspaces. So if I make my agile management a favorite, I can get that in my toolbar as well. So this is something that really is going to grant you easy access to maybe some important projects or things that are upcoming. You can add to your favorites and work on them every minute and keep and stay updated on everything that is going on over there as well. Now, next up, we have keyboard shortcuts and Markdown. So Markdown is a feature that is enabled in the settings. To disable it, you're just going to go on My Settings, and you're going to go down, and then you're going to have Markdown. So usually Markdown is enabled. You can disable it if you want, but I think it's a pretty good feature. It allows you to navigate through ClickUp on their short hotkeys. Now you can also see we have hotkeys enabled over here, and if I go back, there are some basic hotkeys that are available. So like for T, you're going to move to task. For N, you get notifications. To create a quick task, you're going to type T. And to view your notifications, you're going to type N. And this is me just using these basic hotkeys. These are all set up in the default version. So if you want to change these, just go to My Settings, and right over here, you can just click on hotkeys and get the full list of all of the present hotkeys on ClickUp as well. Some other very easy ClickUp hotkeys include the H for home screen, and then you have K for quick switch over here, so you can navigate to any of your different workspaces if you click on K, and it's going to open this quick switch tab for you. And then you also have P for notes to create a very fast note. You can, if you need to jot something down, you're just going to click on P, and then you're going to start writing your note. Now, next up, I really like the recurring task feature on ClickUp. And I have lost count at this point of how many different features we have discussed, but this is one of my personal favorites because it really helps me organize my daily schedule. So you can see it over here in daily schedule. I even have some recurring tasks, and what you're going to do is, if you have any kind of recurring task, you're going to click on due date, and then you can click on set recurring, and then you can add how often this task recurs. So if you have a custom field, if you have how many days after, it can be a yearly task, monthly, weekly, daily. You can even add custom. So every day, or maybe month, every 3 months, on the 9th day, create this new task and recur it forever, and update task to open, and then you can add your task, whatever it might be. So like this, we have this new recurring task. Now, next up, we have slash commands. Now, I think this is also a very helpful feature because if you click on any task over here and you click on its description, you can just type on slash, and it is going to give you some of the popular commands that are added to any task. So you have your checklist, dividers, bulleted list, and so many other things that you can add to your task just by adding a slash. And you have so many more features. Also, you have your table of contents, you have Google Drives, Engrave, you have your integrations. So all of these integrations are also available in your quick task slash commands. So that's something that is to keep in mind to reduce the general time it's going to take to organize your stuff. Next up, you also have a multitask toolbar. So if you want to change the status of a task or many tasks together, so if I was to go in this workspace, which has a lot of tasks, and I don't have the time to change each task individually, I'm just going to select all of these together like this, and I have this white toolbar at the top where I can change the setting for all of these all together. So I can delete them, I can bulk edit them however I want. Next up, we have our screen recording options. So if you click on a task like this, let's go to test management. Let's go to this one. I like to use this one to keep it simple. Now, I'm going to click on this task. And now you can record your screen or take a screenshot from one of the integrations plugged in over here. Currently, I have it disabled, so I'm not getting the option right now. But usually it is present over here. I have it disabled. That's something you can do as well. I don't use the feature, so I really don't need it. But I do think it's helpful if you're running a larger business and you need to keep track of things and you need to display your progress or give progress reports to a supervisor or a senior person in your company. So that can be helpful for that situation. Next up, you have your tags, and often people forget to add these, but I do think they're pretty useful in your general management of your projects or tasks, is to add some tags to them. What this is going to do is it's going to reduce the difference between your projects. So you can see you have edit tags over here for individual tags, and you can create a tag like finished or anything that is helpful for your project. So urgent, you can add that, and you can add this tag to other projects as well. If you bulk edit it like so, you can add the tags and you can add the urgent tag to all of them like this. And this is going to be a very helpful in generally conveying the message across to all of your employees or everyone that you're working with. Next up, you also have showing subtasks. So you can choose to show your subtasks on ClickUp over here. You can see over here we have this toolbar, and we can click on expand all, and now I can see all of my subtasks present within my tasks. You can also disable this as well, and this is just up to your personal preference of how you like your views. Next up, you also have your inbox. So an inbox is not something for messaging or anything like that. Your inbox is actually going to be your space where you get all of your work together. So if you were to go to your account and move to your inbox, where did it go? Why can't I find my inbox? Yeah, so sorry about that, guys. But you can see over here, if you go down on home, you can see all of your work. So this is your basic inbox where you can monitor all of your own work that is assigned to you only. So that's going to be helpful, especially in the morning when I need to get started on work. This helps me get a good look at the things I need to be getting done and what I should start working on. Now, next up, you also have a everything view on ClickUp. So if we were to click on the quick switch, we can even get a everything view like this. And now you can view everything that is present on your ClickUp. So if you want to go directly, you can just click on everything from here, and you can get all of the different tasks from all of your workspaces. So my space, my student space, my team 2 space, my agile management space, everything is going to be shown in the everything view. And this might just help you get a general estimate of where your work is standing at. Now, next up, you also have goals. So you can see over here on the left, you have goals, and this is not a very automated function. You can set a goal by yourself, and then you can also add ClickUp. You can automate it to monitor your progress or complete a goal when a certain amount of work is done. So finish all week 1 work like this, and then you can choose the owners and you can choose who has access, and then you can even choose a due date for your goal, add a description, and then you have created your goal, and it's going to show you a progress bar for your goal, and it's going to help you visualize all of the work that you're doing and what you're striving for as a company or a person that is really working hard and managing their achievements in a way. Now, next up, we have the accessibility on ClickUp, and this is something I really do love. If you go on My Settings and you scroll down, you have a high contrast mode as well for that has impaired eyesight. It can be really helpful. And you also have your legacy font support. So if your fonts are not showing up, if your language is not showing up correctly, you can have a legacy font support as well. So this really helps you in the general accessibility of ClickUp. And now moving to the final feature of ClickUp that I love, that is the mobile app. And I have the mobile app installed on my phone because I do use ClickUp personally, and I think it's a great application to keep track of everything. The general user interface is just as friendly as their web browser is, so that is very easy to navigate through my work on my phone if I am unable to do my work sitting down or open up my desktop and start working, I can just get a general overview of everything on my phone as well. So that was it for today. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and I will catch you guys in the next video.